Trinidad and Tobago, a peaceful island off of Venezuela's coast that is only a hair bigger than Delaware, shows off white sandy beaches, lush tropical jungles, turquoise ocean waters, warm tropical weather, interesting wildlife, and a big culture influenced by hundreds of years of history. Its population of 1.3 million and thousands of tourists enjoy the amazing wonders of Trinidad and Tobago. But the big question is, how did the amazing culture of Trinidad and Tobago come to be what it is now? Consisting of 40% Africans, 40% East Indians, 18% mixed, and only 0.6% white, Trinidad and Tobago is a blend of cultures. How this came to be is what everyone wants to know. This melting pot of a culture has a unique government, food, and entertainment. Let's take a look at the previous occupants to see how this interesting island got to where it is now. As many as 6,000 years before Columbus discovered Trinidad in 1498, the Arawak people occupied the island. The Arawaks were part of the Amerindians, which stretched from the Amazon basin in Peru all the way to Venezuela. Since Trinidad is only 7 miles from Venezuela, it was likely one of the first islands in the Caribbean to be settled by the Arawaks. There are many tribes such as the Kalipuna, Karina Pocadoto, Kareen, and Arawaka. These people became excellent fishermen in result of living on an island. On Tobago, Caribs occupied it. On July 31st, 1498, Christopher Columbus discovered Trinidad. He claimed this island for Spain, not thinking the Amerindians had any right to own it. The Spaniards, not finding any valuable metals, enslaved the Arawaks and sent them off to work on other Caribbean settlements. Almost 100 years would pass before the first European settlement was formed on the islands by the Spaniards. This community was called St. Joseph and was ransacked by Sir Walter Raleigh in 1595. He also discovered the famous Trinidad Pitch Lake, which he used to seal cracks and holes in his ship. Trinidad remained in possession of the Spanish, and they also let French citizens and their slaves settle on the island. The British captured Trinidad in 1797 and brought in lots of slaves to work on sugar plantations. When slavery was abolished in 1834, landowners brought in thousands of indentured servants from India, hence why 40% East Indians live there today. In 1889, the British affiliated Tobago with Trinidad, and the islands gained independence from the British in 1962. Trinidad and Tobago would reveal a cultural melting pot from descendants of Africa, India, Europe, and South America if you went there today, but that has changed a lot over time. As you can see, Trinidad and Tobago has been influenced by its bold history over hundreds of years now and has an extremely vibrant culture as a result. Its calypso and soca music, wonderful food, and lots of other cultural aspects were all shaped by its history. Now that you know so much about this awesome country, maybe you can visit there. So until then, remember how this amazing country came to be. See you next time!
Trinidadians are complex. They live complex on a small island. It tells of beautiful shores, small jungles, and small green mountains. But what goes on for entertainment there? Let's take a look. You may ask, what games are played by kids? Well, there are a few things that they do. One is Dale Cup, where a person shakes a pan with stones and calls out names of people who are hiding they can see. The stone who is hiding and is not seen by the person calling out names shakes the pan. The game starts over. Another is blind pan, or it's basically monkey on the ground without saying monkey on the ground, just tagging someone blindly. A third is brown girl, and is played when a circle of girls and boys forms around a girl. They sing brown girl, and then when finished, the girl in the circle has to kiss one of the boys. Another, called marble games, includes all the marble games we play today. A fifth is called Red Rover, is played when a team of girls versus boys line up holding hands facing each other. One side will call a name of the other side, and that person will run and try to get through the team's arms who called the runner's name. If they make it, they wait for everyone on their team to come join them. If not, they go back to their team. Another is rescue, which is basically cops and robbers. The last is called rounders, which is baseball with your arm instead of a baseball bat. Otherwise, it's the same. Okay, that answers some of my questions, but what about the electronical entertainment, some people might ask? To answer, it's basically the same with us as them. That includes anything electronic. So basically, if you have Xbox, they probably have Xbox too. What are the sports there? Some people would ask. A lot of crazy stuff. There is cricket, automotive sports, dance, fishing, the Great Race, which is a kind of race, pool, which is on top of the table pool where you shoot at the balls, and hiking, sailing, and the most unusual of these sports, bobsledding, which is very unusual for such a place. The regular ones are basketball, boxing, cycling, martial arts, football, kayaking, rugby, running, hockey, horse racing, golf, surfing, swimming, and diving. Those are some sports that we do see today. Well, what else is there? Music? There is several kinds of music, mainly calypso and steel drums. They play certain music using those genres with weird names I cannot say.